Alright, Neil, we need to rotate the spacecraft now. Okay, we got the Eagle in view. Moving forward. "15 meters. "10 meters. 8 meters. 6. 5 meters. 3. 2 meters. 1 meter.
Eagle, Houston, the alignment and the initialization look good to us, over. Roger, thank you. Eagle, Houston, would you have Columbia go to the high gain, yaw 0, pitch -20, over?
There you go, 1 minute till take. You guys take care.
See you later. Apollo 11, Houston, we are go for undocking, over. Roger, understand. Roger, Eagle, undock. Roger, how does it look? Fail. Eagle has wind. Roger. Eagle Houston, we see you on the steerable, over.
I do believe you got thrusters on board that vehicle. Okay, you've got it. Do it, data.
Roger, let us know when you're ready to copy. We have a DOI pad and a PDI pad, over.
Guidance says we're go. Coming up on 5 minutes to ignition. Gene Kran's getting a go, no-go for descent.
Okay, all flight controllers, I'm going around the horn. Make your go, no-goes based on the data you had for an LOS. See, we got it back. Give you another few seconds. We're going, flight. Okay, retro, go. Fido, go. Guide, go. Control, go. Self-com, go. GNC, go. Ecom, go. Surgeon, go. Capcom, we're go to continue PDI.
Altitude 5,200 feet. Altitude 4,200.
Houston, you're go for landing, over.
Roger, understand. Go for landing. 3,000 feet. Stop alarm. 1201. 1201.
Roger, 1201 alarm.
2,000 feet. 2,000 feet. Into the ag. 47 degrees.
Roger.
47 altitude 1,600. 1,400 feet. Still looking very good.
Roger, 1202, we copy it.
5,200 feet. Altitude 4,200.
Houston, you're go for landing, over. Roger, interfering, go for landing, 3,000 feet, top alarm. Roger, 1201 alarm. Count and a half. 30 seconds forward. Into the ag, 47 degrees, roger. 47 degrees. Altitude 1,600. 1,400 feet, still looking very good. Roger, 1202, we copy it.
5,200 feet. Altitude 4,200.
Houston, you're go for landing, over. Roger, understand, go for landing, 3,000 feet. Stop alarm. Roger, 1201 alarm. Two thousand feet, into the ag, 47 degrees, roger, 37 degrees.
Altitude 1,600. Feet, still looking very good.
Roger, 1202, we copy it. Feet, 21 down, 33 degrees. $540 down at 30, and at 15. At 400 feet down at 9. Down 3.5, 47 forward. Down a half, 30 seconds forward. Forward, coming down nicely, 200 feet, 4.5 down, 5.5 down. Feet, 3.5 down, 9 forward. Okay, 75 feet. That's looking good, down a half. 40 feet down, 6.5. I'm at the foot of the ladder. The limb footbeds are only depressed in the surface about 1 or 2 inches, although the surface appears to be very, very fine-grained as you get close to it. It's almost like a powder. Ground mass is very fine. I'm going to step off the limb now. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. As the surface is fine and powdery, I can pick it up loosely with my toe. It does adhere in fine layers, like powdered charcoal, to the sole and sides of my boot. I only go in a small fraction of an inch, maybe an eighth of an inch, but I can see the footprints of my boots and the treads in the fine sandy particles.
Neil, this is Houston. We're copying.
There seems to be no difficulty in moving around as we suspected. It's even perhaps easier than the simulations of 16G that we performed in various simulations on the ground. Absolutely no trouble to walk around. Beautiful view. Isn't that something? Magnificent sight out here. Magnificent desolation. Man, didn't know you could throw so far. You can really throw things a long way up here.
Tranquility Base, this is Houston. Could we get both of you on the...
The passive seismic experiment detected lunar moonquakes and provided information about the internal structure of the moon. This experiment studied the propagation of seismic waves through the moon and provided our most detailed look at the moon's internal structure. The Apollo 11 seismometer returned data for just 3 weeks but provided a very useful look at lunar seismology. More advanced seismometers were deployed at the Apollo 12, 14, 15 and 16 landing sites and transmitted data to Earth until September 1977. Each of these seismometers measured all 3 components of ground displacement: up-down, north-south and east-west. If a seismic event is observed by 3 or more seismometers, the time and location of the event can be determined. Because seismic waves from distant events travel deeper into the moon than waves from nearby events, by measuring events at various distances from the seismometer, one can determine how seismic velocities vary with depth in the moon. In turn, this information can be used to study the moon's internal structure. Most of the events observed by the seismometers were due either to moonquakes or to meteorite impacts. However, the third stages of several Saturn V rockets and the ascent stages of several lunar modules were deliberately crashed into the moon after these spacecraft were no longer needed.
Start to lose my balance in one direction, and recovery is quite natural and very easy. And moving arms around. Jack doesn't go off the surface. Not quite that light-footed.
Something interesting in the bottom of this little crater here.
So yeah, why did that like invoke such an emotional response?
Well, growing up as a kid, as most kids, I always wanted to be an astronaut, and probably something I'd never ever be able to do. And when we did that, it was so real to be there. With that VR, you just feel like you're there, and it just, for whatever reason, it really brought up a lot of emotion, with me and everything.
The descent engine did not leave a crater of any...
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Oh, great. There you are, space traveler. Welcome to my humble spot on our beautiful moon. Let me introduce myself. My name is Darius, and I'm a VR...
Hey, Neil, didn't I say we might see some purple rocks?
So yeah, why did that like invoke such an...
Neil, this is Houston. Based on your camera transfer with the LEC, do you...
My father gave a copy of the desert.
My pocket open, but...
Yes, it is. It's not up against your suit, though. Hit it back once more. More toward the inside. Okay, that's good. The surface material, powdery. I don't know how good your lens is, but if you can...
Okay, Houston, I'm going to change lenses on you.
The Lunar Flag Assembly, or LFA, was a kit containing a flag of the United States, designed to be planted by astronauts on the moon.
It's a little difficult to dig through the crust.
Very interesting. It's a very soft surface, but here and there where I plug with the contingency sample collector, I run into very hard surface, but it appears to be very cohesive.
This is the solar wind composition experiment. The Sun continually emits a flux of electrically charged particles into space. This is termed the solar wind. The Earth's magnetic field prevents these charged particles from reaching the Earth's surface, although in the Earth's polar regions these particles can reach the upper part of the atmosphere, causing auroras. The Moon is outside the Earth's magnetic field for most of each month and has a negligible atmosphere, allowing solar wind particles to reach the Moon's surface. The solar wind...
I've noticed several times in going from the... Neil is now unveiling the plaque that is...
For those who haven't...
Tranquility Base, Houston. Roger, go ahead. Roger, our guidance recommendation is pings, and you're cleared for takeoff. Roger. Roger, understand. We're number 1 on the runway. Roger. Proceed. Beautiful. 26, 36 feet per second up. 5 to the pitch over. Very smooth. Balance come along. Very quiet ride. There's that one crater on there.
Feet high, 80 feet per second vertical rise. Here you go, Houston. Request manual start override.
Roger.
2,600 feet altitude. Here you go, Houston. You're looking good.
Houston, we got the service module going by.
Roger, thank you.
And it's rotating just like it should be. Thrusters are firing.
nautical miles high. Velocity 33,000 feet per second.
Houston, we'll have you for about 3-4 minutes through Redstone and then pick you up after blackout through arrive.
Roger.
Guidance reports Apollo 11 right down the middle of the corridor.
And 11 Houston, you're going over the hill there shortly. You're looking mighty fine to us.
See you later.
I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal, before this decade is out, of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the Earth. No single space project in this period will be more impressive to mankind or more important for the long-range exploration of space, and none will be so difficult or expensive to accomplish.
11 Houston, through a runway. Apollo 11 Houston, in the blind, airboss has a visual contact. Apollo 11 Houston, standing by for your disk reading, over. Apollo 11, this is Hornet, over. Apollo 11, Apollo 11, read the last clear. Our position 1330.